Here's an example of a runner who, after just 2 weeks, and kudos to him for really implementing this, made some changes. So this is his first assessment, the first time that we met together. One of the things you can see right away is see how his left leg, it really has a lot of crossover. And then here he is 2 weeks later. Look at, he's really been trying to focus on keeping that a lot straighter and keeping that in better alignment. So you can again compare. We could use a bunch of lines and graphs and things like that, but you can just eyeball and see how much better that looks from the left side to the right side. Second thing that we talked about was the fact that because his left leg was dropping in, you can see how much he's really having to over-rotate. He's compensating by pulling back to generate more power. If you notice that his right elbow, we're going to slow that down a little bit, the right elbow and the right rotation occurs at the same time that the left hip is extending, but because of this compromised position here, he's not getting as much power from that left glute, so his body naturally compensates with the right torso. So we did some single leg strengthening exercises today, actually using the band to work on his ability to stand with the left leg completely underneath him and work on some squatting, and while he's holding the band in his right upper extremity. So we're going to show you the second modification that he's been working really hard on as well. Okay, second thing that he is really trying to be mindful of, it's important to have upright posture. You don't want to be hunched over at the thoracic spine, but you do want to have a little bit of a trunk lean, about 5 to 7 degrees. So if you look at the difference in where his torso is here, and where his torso is here, it's a very slight, you only want about 5 to 7 degrees of a trunk lean, but that makes all the difference in the world because it puts the glutes at a mechanically advantaged position to be able to fire. And he's been working on that, trying to work on his push off a little bit more. And if he's got that trunk lean, it's been shown through research that that is to have that lean, it's a better position to get the glutes to fire as opposed to be more of a quad dominant pattern. Second thing, I'm going to slow this down, is you can see the difference in the angle of what we call the amount of dorsiflexion, but particularly in his right foot. He's had an issue with shin splints, and you can see this angle coming in. Watch what happens on the right side here. He's really been working on aggressively getting some motion back in his foot. And again, there's not as sharp of a contrast as there is. Again, watch with this first picture here, how great of a spike that is. And then when this picks back up again over on the opposite side here, I'm going to take a look, speed that up a little bit. That's what we love about live video. Okay, speed that up a little bit more and see that that's a drastically reduced angle because he's been working on his motion, and he has been really working on his foot pattern. He's trying not to reach out in front as much. Again, so his feet are landing closer to center of mass, so that decreases the angle. So great job doing a lot of mindful running in just a very short amount of time. So it's going to be exciting to see not only how much improvement he gets in his technique, but his speed, and he's a happy runner now too because he's back out on the trails again. Great job.